Greetings. Welcome to the report about Andragogy, the adult learning theory. I am Fernand P. Lopez, your discussant for today. If you're in the education field, you've probably heard of pedagogy. You've probably sat in seminars on the best pedagogy practices. If you're an education student, you've encountered the term multiple times in your classes. But are you familiar with the term andragogy? It's a key term in the education field and should at least be understood by those who value learning. In this report, we are going to give you a layman's guide to andragogy. We will answer the following questions. What is andragogy? What is the background of andragogy? And what is the importance of andragogy? Definition. Typically, andragogy means the understanding of the science and practice of adult learning. This contrasts to pedagogy, which is the understanding of the science and practice of children learning. So, andragogy refers to an idea about how adults learn. According to Blake Sufforth, andragogy is very self directed, hands on, and not very reliant on an instructor or teacher. Often, the learner doesn't have the foundation to build upon and will need to learn other dependent skills and assess gaps in knowledge. Etymology. The word andragogy comes from the Greek words andr, which means man, and agogos, meaning leader of. As they are combined, they formed the word andragogy, which means leading man. Background. The term andragogy was first coined all the way back in 1833 by a German teacher named Alexander Knapp in an effort to categorize and describe Plato's theory of education. However, due to lack of sources, it was not popularized. Later, in 1926, Edward Lindman and Eugen Rosenstock-Huessy, educators from the United States, revived the term when they use it in reference to adult education. They use the concept of andragogy to describe their philosophy and teaching methods specific to adults. However, it's still not popularized. So, here comes the man, Malcolm Shepard Knowles. In 1935, Malcolm Knowles is credited for the popularity of the term andragogy. He is an educator in the central 20th century who focused on the science behind adult education in the United States. According to Mark K. Smith, in the 1950s, Malcolm was the executive director of the Adult Education Association of United States of America. He wrote the first major accounts of informal adult education and the history of adult education in the United States. Furthermore, Malcolm Knowles attempts to develop a distinctive conceptual basis for adult education and learning via the notion of andragogy became very widely discussed and used. He also wrote popular works on self-direction and on group work with his wife Hulda. His work was a significant factor in reorienting adult educators from educating people to helping them learn. Importance. There are many differences in the ways that adults learn as opposed to children. Andragogy sought to capitalize on the unique learning styles and strengths of adult learners. The principles and the key concepts are the things that make this learning theory very essential. So, those are the introductory parts about andragogy, and here are my sources. Thank you for listening and stay tuned for the next reporters.